Are you ready to unravel the secrets of the most impregnable fortress in the world? If this journey into the heart of the mystery of Fort Knox intrigues you, give this video a like right now and show us that you want more content about secret vaults and historical treasures. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss a single detail of this epic revelation. The name Fort Knox resonates in the collective unconscious as the epitome of security, an impregnable fortress where a nation's most jealously guarded wealth resides. This facility, more than just a building, is a symbol of the economic and military power of the United States, shrouded in a dense layer of secrecy that has fueled myths, conspiracy theories, and a global fascination that has endured for nearly a century. Located in the state of Kentucky, in the heart of the country, Fort Knox not only houses one of the largest gold reserves in the world, but has also safeguarded priceless historical treasures and, according to rumors, strategic secrets whose knowledge could alter the geopolitical balance. The real question is not just how much gold there is, but what other mysteries the most secure vault on the planet is hiding. The origin of the United States Bullion Depository at Fort Knox is intrinsically linked to the Great Depression and the dramatic shift in U.S. monetary policy in the early 1930s. Before its existence, the United States Treasury kept its gold reserves scattered across various mints and depositories throughout the country. However, global economic turmoil and the growing fear of war made it imperative to centralize and secure this vital asset. The turning point came in 1933 with President Franklin Roosevelt's Executive Order 6102, which essentially forced citizens to hand over their physical gold to the federal government in exchange for fiat currency. This measure, along with subsequent massive gold purchases, resulted in an unprecedented accumulation of precious metal by the Treasury. There was an urgent need for a facility that could withstand any threat, whether it be a massive theft, civil conflict, or a foreign military attack. The choice of location was meticulously strategic. A site within the already existing Fort Knox military base in Kentucky was selected. This location offered a crucial advantage. It was far from the vulnerable Atlantic and Pacific coasts, which protected it from possible transatlantic naval or air attacks, and it was inland, minimizing the risk of invasion. The construction of the Bullion Depository, which began in 1935 and was completed in 1937, was a top-tier civil engineering and security project designed to be a bunker. The building itself is a two-story structure made of granite, concrete, and steel, designed to withstand the ravages of war. The first shipment of gold, carried out under the strictest secrecy in 1937, marked the consolidation of Fort Knox as the financial stronghold of the United States. The gold was transported in trains of 9 to 11 cars, heavily guarded by the Army, a process that took several months to complete. From that moment on, Fort Knox was transformed from a simple military base into the unchanging symbol of the nation's economic stability. Fort Knox's reputation as the most secure vault in the world is not just a marketing embellishment. It is the result of uncompromising defensive engineering and a layering of security measures that combine the most advanced technology with a deterrent military force. The first line of defense is the building's physical structure. The walls of the depository are built with several feet of steel-reinforced concrete, covered with granite, a combination that makes it nearly impenetrable to drilling, explosives, or thermal torches. The building sits atop a bedrock foundation, which eliminates any possibility of attackers tunneling underneath to gain access. The windows are made of bulletproof and explosion-resistant glass, and the door frames are made of cast steel. Inside this outer bunker lies the main vault, a massive safe constructed with steel and concrete plates. The entrance to this vault is its most legendary feature, a steel door rumored to weigh more than 20 tons and several feet thick, protected by a complex locking system. The most iconic feature of the door is its combination mechanism, whose code is said to be divided among multiple high-ranking individuals so that no single person knows the entire sequence required to open it. This dual or multiple custody system is the institutional safeguard against betrayal or the kidnapping of a single custodian, ensuring that access can only be achieved through the agreement and physical presence of several Treasury or Mint officials. We are about to reveal not only the tons of gold guarded by Fort Knox, but also the historical treasures and strategic secrets that changed the course of history. If you're enjoying this deep dive, now is the perfect time to subscribe to the channel and join our community of mystery explorers. Your subscription is our driving force. Technology complements brute force. The building is surrounded by a sophisticated system of electronic alarms sensitive to movement, pressure, and vibrations. Seismic sensors monitor the surrounding ground, and surveillance cameras cover every angle inside and out. In addition, the vault is protected by a series of devices that include trapdoors, moats, and electrified fences, although the existence of the latter often falls into the realm of popular exaggeration to maintain the myth of impenetrability. The most deterrent layer of security, however, is the military presence. Fort Knox is a United States Army base, and the depository is directly guarded by the United States Mint Police, a federal security force specialized in the protection of monetary assets. Any attempt to breach the depository's security would be immediately met with a response from a military garrison that includes armored vehicles, helicopters, and thousands of military personnel trained for combat. The combination of this firepower with defensive engineering makes any robbery plan, even the most elaborate ones seen in movies, considered a suicidal fantasy. The official and main content of Fort Knox is without a doubt the gold reserves of the United States. The United States Treasury reports that the vault stores approximately 147.3 million troy ounces of gold, which are kept in the form of high-purity gold bars, 99.9% pure. These bars, each weighing approximately 400 troy ounces, or nearly 12.4 kilograms, are methodically stacked in 13 separate compartments, occupying a considerable amount of space within the vault. Although the United States formally abandoned the gold standard in 1971, severing the direct link between the dollar's value and the precious metal, the existence of these massive reserves holds an importance that goes beyond simple financial accounting. The gold at Fort Knox is a strategic asset and a fundamental pillar of confidence in the US currency. In a fiat monetary system where the value of currency is based on faith in the issuing government, possessing the world's largest gold reserve serves as an anchor of stability and a factor of geopolitical influence. In times of global economic uncertainty, gold continues to be regarded as the ultimate safe haven, and the immense vault at Fort Knox reassures investors and governments around the world. The official book value that the Treasury assigns to these reserves is an artificially low figure, historically fixed. However, their actual market value amounts to hundreds of billions of dollars, underscoring the magnitude of the wealth being safeguarded. A smaller portion of this gold, although the bulk of foreign holdings is kept at the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, also belongs to other countries and central banks that have chosen the custody of the US government due to the facility's unparalleled reputation for security. Fort Knox, therefore, not only protects American wealth, but is also a crucial element of the global financial infrastructure. The most well-documented and fascinating example of what Fort Knox has protected occurred during World War II. Anticipating possible threats to the East Coast, the government decided to move and store in the vault the foundational and most treasured documents of Western and American history. These artifacts, of incalculable cultural and historical value, were kept in sealed containers inside the vault between 1941 and 1944. Among them were the fact that these documents, which represent the principles of liberty and representative government, were safeguarded alongside the gold, underscores Fort Knox's role as a national sanctuary. It not only protects money, but also the historical and democratic soul of the nation. Additionally, Fort Knox's functions have included the storage of strategic military reserves. During the Cold War, for example, the vault was used to store large quantities of high-purity morphine, considered a vital reserve of painkillers for the armed forces in the event of a large-scale military conflict. This use highlights the versatility of the facility as a critical military reserve depot, beyond its purely financial role. We want to know your opinion. Leave it in the comments and don't forget to share this video with all lovers of conspiracies and mysteries. And if you haven't already, subscribe and give us a like so we can keep uncovering the world's greatest secrets. Thank you for watching.